Coming up, the Outstanding Woman in Buddhism Awards ceremony is held in Taiwan for the first time. City volunteers continue to care for a Weiguan apartment complex survivor. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. In Serbia, Tzu Chi volunteers continue to lend their assistance to refugees in the country. The winter jackets that they hand out are just what the refugees need to endure the cold nights. Their attentiveness have also caught the attention of the Commission for Refugees in Serbia. Wearing the jacket the volunteers bought for him, this man has come to seek help again.
Because it's very cold in the night, so I'm not wearing anything beside this one.
So you need some
Knowing the volunteers went the extra mile the day before to buy a jacket for him when the other clothes were too small, the man has faith in them. Having been through war atrocities in Syria, this father could not trust anyone. Fortunately, after volunteers put new clothes and shoes on his children, he finally smiles in front of the camera. For 3 consecutive days, there hasn't been any train heading to Croatia. Therefore, refugee camps and refugee centers are filled with refugees waiting for trains. The volunteers seized the occasion to visit the refugees. Seeing the 6-month-old baby boy with only a small sweater, the volunteers quickly put a thick jacket on him. Their gestures of kindness have caught the attention of the Commission for Refugees.
Sister Chen Shuwei kissed my cheek on the first day we met and made me feel like we are a family. I've never felt this way with other organizations. You have a positive attitude and help refugees with respect. Your efforts demonstrate your respect for refugees and the Commission for Refugees.
As it happens to be Mother's Day in Serbia, volunteers from Bosnia give flowers to female volunteers. Having bonded like a family, the volunteers continue their aid distribution with enthusiasm and love. In celebration of International Women's Day, the 15th Annual Outstanding Woman in Buddhism Awards was held at the Jinsi Hall in Hualien of Taiwan. Among the 14 award winners, many have contributed to society in their fields, as well as promoted international cultural exchange.
第一位得奖者虎辉长老尼。
To honor Buddhist women's accomplishments, Thai Bhikkhuni Ratnavali and American Bhikkhuni Dr. Lee established the Outstanding Women in Buddhism Awards in 2002. This year, the award ceremony is held in Taiwan for the first time by the Chinese Young Buddhist Association at Hualien's Jinsi Hall.
经过了14年，今年是第15年。
After 14 years, by this year, the 15th year, there have been 30 Dharma masters or female Buddhist lay practitioners in Taiwan who were recognized for their contribution to Buddhism.
At the award ceremony, Venerable Master Yuan Zong, president of the Buddhist Association of the ROC, also came to deliver his best wishes. 14 outstanding women who have dedicated themselves in benefiting the public and spreading Buddhism take to the stage to receive their awards. These award winners from Thailand, Malaysia, and Taiwan have also become role models for all.
这一份的奖是让我
This award gives me greater responsibilities in carrying out Buddhist principles and spreading Buddhist wisdom. I need to keep moving forward.
的每一个环扣里面，我要继续趋向前进。
As Taiwan hosts this international ceremony, the attendees have been inspired to continue to work for Buddhism and all sentient beings with selfless love.
In ancient India, women were generally considered to be inferior to men. However, the Buddha accepted that women are also capable of realizing the truth and gave them responsible roles in the Bhikkhuni Sangha, the community of ordained Buddhist nuns. In modern society, female Buddhist lay practitioners and Buddhist nuns have also helped promote the Buddhist spirit in various ways.
像这个四威仪，刚开始站如松。
The Dharma master is teaching the lay Buddhist practitioner Buddhist etiquette. It is common to see women following Buddhist teachings in organizations in Taiwan, but it was not the case in ancient India.
在以前印度的时代
In ancient India, women were inferior to men. However, the Buddha made a breakthrough.
permitting everyone to follow Buddhist teachings. Permitting women to become Buddhist nuns was another breakthrough.
又是一个更大的创举。
In Taiwan, women's contribution in promoting Buddhism is evident. Dharma Master Ru Shuo thinks their contribution is especially outstanding in education of the Bhikkhuni Sangha and promotion of Buddhist teachings.
Tzu Chi's Master Zhen Yan, for example, inspired so many followers and even established a teaching hospital in Hualien. She's achieving great merit.
One of the award winners, Liu Jingchai, who became a Buddhist at 20, has been promoting Buddhism for more than 30 years. As a vegetarian restaurant owner, she has provided food to disaster victims many times. In addition, she carries out distribution regularly.
Big organizations such as Tzu Chi have been dedicated to medical and education missions. Dharma Drum Mountain and Weiguan Monastery have also been doing a lot. We, as Buddhist practitioners, try our best to support their cause.
Besides supporting Buddhist organizations, Liu also believes that female Buddhist practitioners can also dedicate themselves to the promotion of moral education and long-term senior care while spreading Buddhist spirit.
Across 16 countries and areas, the Tzu Chi Foundation has built 182 schools, so the marginalized have a chance to reverse their fortune by means of an education. Tzu Chi's aid was especially important to areas devastated by natural disasters. We now take a brief tour around the world and see how Tzu Chi schools have impacted the lives of locals.
Though her vision has deteriorated, Lorenza, who is over 60 years old, insists on going to school, so she will no longer be illiterate.
I am very happy and at the same time very grateful to my husband for allowing me to come out and study. If I don't understand, my husband would teach me as well.
A woman who is educated can be of assistance to her husband under many different circumstances.
Over 35 million people in Latin America are illiterate, and 1.3 million of them are in the Dominican Republic, leading to social problems such as child labor, drug abuse, and high unemployment rate.
Most people had to go work because their family has no income. Older kids would help their mother raise the younger kids, so they cannot go to school.
The power of education has brought about changes. A decade later, Tzu Chi's efforts here were even shared at a United Nations conference.
Because of the Tzu Chi La Romana school, this area that was originally a landfill underwent a complete transformation. People here began to have hope. It was as if they were traveling in darkness, and now suddenly they have light to light their way.
For the poor, education is their only hope of escaping poverty. To give them a fair fighting chance, Tzu Chi has built over 182 schools across 16 countries and areas.
I'm very happy that the school in our village has been rebuilt. I hope my sisters can go to school here. If they have to travel to another village's school, the commute might be dangerous.
With a charity willing to help us rebuild our school, our children can get an education. For that, I am very grateful. Not only can my own children go to school locally, this will help our village develop as well.
Your gift, however, is much, much more than 2 buildings. It is a gift of hope in a country where hope was sometimes difficult to find following the earthquake. To the Tzu Chi volunteers today, I want to say to you, you came back and you did what you said you would do. You kept your promise.
The 5.12 Wenchuan earthquake brought us much hardship. In our most vulnerable and helpless moment, Tzu Chi came and helped make things the way they are now.
Each new school has brought changes to their respective communities with their unique design. Finely crafted, they will protect young minds from harm so they may chase their dreams.
A school should be sturdy. That way, when earthquakes strike, we will not have to worry. The school feels very secure. I think with a school as solid as this one, my fear can be somewhat eliminated. I no longer have to worry about the school collapsing.
那样的境界呀，真的实在是好像回归到2000多年前的佛菩萨的在法华会上的经典中的境界，真的之美呀。
As stately as the pagodas described inside the Lotus Sutra, the schools have restored hope and vitality to this quake-torn land. Everywhere, children attending a school are brimming with life and gratitude. For Tzu Chi, schools are more than just simply structures, but places filled with blessings and love.
The Tzu Chi Foundation has been encouraging Tzu Chi volunteers to listen to Master Cheng Yin's morning sermon to nurture wisdom. In Indonesia, at the Tzu Chi school in Sengkeren, Jakarta, a group of Tzu Chi volunteers gather there to listen to the wisdom that Don Brack has taught every day.
In the early morning, a group of people gather at Tzu Chi school in Sengkeren, Jakarta. They are not students. They are Tzu Chi volunteers who are here to listen to Master Cheng Yin's Dharma talk.
Master dalam beberapa ceramah terakhir kan meminta kita untuk
Master has been telling us to take in the Dharma, live out the Dharma, and take part in Tzu Chi's work diligently. She wants us to nurture wisdom. So, as her disciples, we must follow her closely.
Kita sebagai murid Master tentunya juga harus patuh sama guru ya. Guru udah berkata apa, kita juga ikutin.
By listening to Master's Dharma talk, everyone benefits greatly from it and feels that they should share the Dharma with more people.
Memang sumpah siang ini banyak manfaatnya. Master membuka kecerdasan kita.
Listen to the Dharma talk benefits me greatly. Master helps nurture our wisdom. She also helps nurture our compassion by guiding us to do good and help people in need. I think we should invite more people to listen to the Dharma talk.
Siang ini di kemudian hari bisa lebih cemerlang lagi ya. Lebih cemerlang jadi supaya orang banyak ikut.
After the Dharma talk, Tzu Chi volunteers have a discussion on what they have learned, so they can understand the Dharma better and encourage one another to live it out.
The Executive Yuan's plan to release a list of potential soil liquefaction regions has stirred up a new controversy in Taiwan, where real estate brokers fear the report might adversely impact the country's diminishing real estate transactions. Scholars believe what's more important is to properly fortify buildings within these areas.
The Meinong earthquake in Kaohsiung brought the soil liquefaction problem to the forefront in Taiwan. Prior to the release of the report on potential soil liquefaction regions by the Executive Yuan, scholars and real estate brokers believe such measure will only cause the country's housing prices to drop dramatically.
If you want to make the list public, that's fine. But don't place fear in people's hearts and scare everyone not to make a purchase. When the list becomes public and your area is on the list, how do you strengthen your property? The property affected is bound to fall in pricing. In contrast, are those not on the list going to surge?
The list is really just a general guideline. However, once the list is made public and the lines are drawn, those who live in the caution zones may think, I live within the zone, so my home is in danger.
While other scholars note that making the information transparent can better prepare the public.
Basically, I'm for it. Although I might not be in the affected area, I would like to know what could happen in that region. This way, in the future, before I make any changes to the land, I can have preventative measures in place.
When the public sector is developing a land, they should take extra care to test the area's geology. It's not like working on plain land because these two geological structures are not the same.
Real estate brokers estimate that once the liquefaction susceptibility map is announced, prices of older homes would be the most affected. dropping between 15 to 20%. Even the pre-sale market will be shuffled, creating two extremes. Civil engineers suggest that this is the prime time for the government to re-examine the national spatial development strategy.
Taiwan is often hit by typhoons and rains, on top of which two tectonic plates converge here. Most of our metropolises, such as Taipei City, are built on cumulus soil. As for Kaohsiung and Tainan, they are alluvial flatlands, which is also not ideal. I think the soil in these areas should be strengthened and reconditioned.
Perhaps emphasis should be placed on structural integrity, because what caused the collapse of the Weiguan apartment complex isn't soil liquefaction, but discrepancies between the actual building and submitted blueprints.
By examining the original design of a building and comparing it to how it was built, discrepancies can be uncovered. Weiguan is one such example, where the final building failed to adhere to the original design, so that's what we should look for and report on.
Besides cutting corners, illegal modifications during redecoration may also compromise structural integrity.
Walls may not be the main structural support, but during an earthquake, walls actually help absorb about 90% of the vibration. So it's okay and normal for walls to be cracked and damaged during a tremor, as long as the pillars and beams are in place. A home won't collapse.
The liquefaction susceptibility map is but a beginning. After all, safety is priceless. Real estate brokers hope that the government can help subsidize the repair costs to homeowners whose home is at risk. At the same time, higher standards should be set when these at-risk areas undergo urban renewal to prevent disasters.
More than a month has passed since the Meinong earthquake devastated southern Taiwan. City volunteers are still by the side of quake victims, including a Weiguan apartment complex survivor Li Zongdian, to help with the recovery process.
Tzu Chi volunteers check on Li Zongdian's wound mindfully. Mr. Li has faith in the volunteers since they began caring for him while he was still in the ICU.
While he's here in the ICU, we were notified by his sister. Even in helpless moments, we've been by her side to console her.
When the Weiguan apartment complex collapsed, Li Zongdian was trapped beneath the rubble for over 55 hours before being rescued.
I was completely trapped, unable to move. I couldn't see a thing. Everything was blank. Everything was black, just complete darkness. I remember I could hear my girlfriend's voice, saying the building had collapsed, and I couldn't move at all. At the moment, I just started reciting the Buddha's name and calling to Guanyin to please come save us.
Having endured the ordeal, Li Zongdian was eventually taken to Chunggong University Hospital for treatment. There, he met Tzu Chi volunteers who delivered the blessings and condolences of Master Zheng Yan.
He kept thinking about those who died, especially his girlfriend. He wonders if their spirits are still there or if they have moved on. He kept thinking about it, so we gave him a special music player and told him to chant Buddha's name. I tell him, when your heart is at peace, then your family will rest in peace.
I feel so warm and loved. They're always coming by to look after me. They have encouraged me so much.
6 of Li Zongdian's family members, as well as his girlfriend, have passed on. Additionally, Mr. Li is dealing with the amputation of his own left leg. Although he has a positive outlook, he is still facing a terrible sorrow.
It's certain that PTSD will eventually set in. We have to be especially concerned after he leaves the hospital, when he will be especially vulnerable. Here, lots of people come to see him, but outside he will face more time alone, which is when he will need our care and support the most.
With his faith and the company of Tzu Chi volunteers, Li Zongdian is working hard on rehabilitation. His way to recovery may be long and difficult, but Tzu Chi's love will always be with him.
Next, we meet a Tzu Chi care recipient who has traveled from the Philippines to Taiwan for medical treatment. Patricia Cabono broke her right arm in a car accident over a year ago. However, medical treatment in the Philippines failed to fix her arm and left her family in debt. Finally, Patricia's mother turned to Tzu Chi for help.
To make a living, Patricia goes to work despite her wounded right arm. She now has to type with her left hand, which is quite difficult.
It's a challenge I must face. The heaven has given me this lesson, so I must endure it.
She can't stop joking because it is too much for her to bear. Her right arm broke in a car accident over a year ago. The treatment doesn't cure her arm, but has left her family in debt. Her mother cannot get help from anywhere, even from her own family.
They told me I was adopted, so I can't get help from them. I just have to accept it.
The doctor even suggests an amputation, but Carmen refuses it. She then asks Tzu Chi for help.
Most people can't afford the expenses, so they need help from the public.
On this day, Patricia is nervous as she will be going to Taiwan for treatment. Tzu Chi volunteers drive her to the airport, where Patricia's classmates have been waiting to see her off. Their encouragement brings tears to her eyes. Accompanied by her mother and 2 Tzu Chi volunteers, Patricia will feel less anxious while seeking treatment in Taiwan.
When people usually think of hospitals, they tend to imagine them cold. However, at the Tongren Hospital in Beijing's Yizhuang district, Tzu Chi volunteers have shared some joy with the hospitalized children. Volunteers can bring gifts, decorations, and some positive encouragement for the children.
平平安安，这个是苹果还有开心果，希望你每天开开心心，好不好？好，好，来，也送给你哈。你说谢谢阿姨。谢谢阿姨。
Tzu Chi volunteers deliver New Year's blessings to the hospitalized children, without forgetting to give a few words of wisdom.
时时就是随时随地要有好心，然后呢，慧命日日增，就是每天都会有智慧。你知道什么叫智慧吗？知道哈？哇，你很棒。
To make the hospital's atmosphere just a little warmer, volunteers prepared hot meals for everyone, and also gave the rooms a bit of Chinese New Year decoration.
大家一块儿努力了啊！张文这边也有很多的成功的例子，所以我们要有信心，就自我祝福啊，自我祝福，自我祝福。好，要有信心，对。
谢谢姐姐。
When you walk with confidence, little frustrations won't get you down. The love that volunteers show for these children and their families is really encouraging.
姐姐，
这个要双手丢去，我双手一起。梦想，希望你陪我完成，而你给我的爱，让我用心陪着。
The words of this song speak to this mother's heart. As her child struggles with illness, she is comforted by the love shown by volunteers.
March 10th marked the World Kidney Day. In Taiwan, despite advanced medical development, there are nearly 70,000 dialysis patients and a high incidence of end-stage renal diseases. To raise kidney health awareness, medical professionals encourage all to undergo regular screenings, exercise regularly, and adopt a healthy diet. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.